went to go try and do it.
Two. Bad enough. I'll buy the fourth one and buy two. Make sure you get that in. Yeah, struggled earlier. Switch it on 3 times a day. How does that happen with your one? I had 4 balls down, 6 on the table. It gets boring with it because you don't get any so that annoys you more. Oh, did he?
Change over, please.
This guy's
Umpires, please take control of the table, please.
And good afternoon, everybody, to the afternoon day 3 session. Open section, Northern Territory versus Victoria. And we're trying to share this feed around as many places as possible, so if you can't get it on one, you can get on the other. Otherwise, go to YouTube. So the Victorians there are having a little bit of a pep talk. Paul Quack, very experienced leader. Jamie Stevens, Peter Butterworth in the background. 4 debutants in this side, which I'll touch on during the match. Nick Young there, Daniel Thorpe. Go Vics! So there you go, you can hear young Matty Kerwood, absolute genius, this guy. Big future in pretty much anything that's got to do with a table and pockets. So, yeah, in for a cracking day.
Up the pair. They grabs coffee. What does he want? Sort that what? Done.
Northern Territory boys, combinations of coffees and beers. Not quite sure what's in the cups, but anyway, this should be a good start off with Judd Rogers and Peter Butterworth.
Scott Henderson in the room, please. Scott.
Can't, Elmo.
So Butters is first up here. Big break as per normal. There are balls potted, so it's just a matter of which way he goes here.
go, Elmy. Come on, buddy. Let's go, Elmy.
Come on, Elmy. Come on,
Now, I'm
Elmy.
right next to this table, so if I sound a little bit quiet, it's because I don't want the players to be hearing from me. But
20 seconds.
anyway, so as you can see there, it's 3 rounds of 8 frames. Butters has elected to take the yellows, and they're all on for him. It's just a matter of his transition here. Peter Butterworth, current Australian captain from the last World Titles. He's vice captain this year to Clacking. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Butters is going to try and clear here. There's some munching and crunching going on. It's good on having lunch. On the left-hand table, Rob Bowen is a debutant. He's going about his business here. I'm sure he more wanted to finish up there, but he has, and he's got to deal with it. So he's got those 2 yellows in the middle of the table there. It looks like the top one's going to go into the middle. Yes, he's punched that in very nicely. Butters has got a little bit of work to do here. He's just going to come back and stun back from this one. So then he gives himself a slight angle into the middle or into the bottom left-hand corner. And then he should be able to get around on the black and run that down the rail fairly easily. One of the best cueists in the country. Meanwhile, Robbie Bowen is not wasting any time here. He's a pretty decisive sort of player, so he should just run this yellow in, and there you go. Butters has just sit fat on back on that. So this is a terrific start for the Victorians here, and it's been a race for the cash. So I'm not sure whether Robbie Bowen didn't break that, but he's actually just done a reverse master. So. Yeah, Judd just said that it was a great game and got a big smile on his face. So Robbie Bowen's just taken another scalp as well. So great start for the Victorians here.
Come on, Chris. Come on, Chris. Come on, Chris.
You can hear in the background the atmosphere. There's everyone's up and about. So I commentated Chris Begley's match last night, which was a bit of a marathon. But they've had plenty of time to go to bed and have a bit of a sleep. Chris is actually playing the veteran of the side, Paul Clack. So that's a big break, and there's a red dropped.
Come on, mate.
Come on, mate. Come on, mate.
Come on, Davis. Come on, NT.
Come on, NT.
Not sure how he's going to go here. He's probably looking at the yellows as a better option. Yep, he has dominated the yellows. Meanwhile, Nick, I've said a little bit earlier on a previous transmission that he had been away from pool for a couple of years, and now he's come back strong. He's potted a red ball off the black. Yep, and Chris has gone yellows.
Come on, NT.
Come on, Chris. Come on, break it.
They're all looking on here for Chris, although he probably wanted to be over on the side cushion on that one. So Nick's taking yellows and looks like in a bit of an awkward spot here. It's still very gettable. It's a big cut, but at least he'll actually transition up the table to get onto that black, get onto the yellow up on the balk.
Come on, Davis.
And unfortunately, he's missed
Come on,
that.
Davis. Come on, Baldy. Come on, Chris. Come on, Chris. Come on, Chris. Go, Chris, come back.
So it's Chris Davis just working out what he's trying to do. Chris Begley's just
Come on, Davis.
asked for a timeout. So a couple of Chris's at the tables. Chris Davis played that very nicely. He's kicked that red off, so it's going to make his transition a lot easier here. Whether he puts on a deep screw, comes off the side pocket and tries to land pretty much in the middle of the table in between the yellows on the left-hand side, so he can make something of these reds down the left rail. A little bit of an awkward bridge, so he's putting a lot of work into this. Okay, he's got on that one there, but now he's got to try and get around, and so whether he actually punches this red off the yellow in the bottom right and then comes back to try and open up those two. There's Chris Begley's just made a nice yellow into the bottom right, and now it's just a matter of his transition onto the black, which is sitting out nicely. So he's played that plant very nicely. Chris Davis has gone for the shot that I sort of was looking at, but unfortunately he hasn't made the pot in the first place, so he's still left a little bit of work here for Nick. Beggs is just asking for another time out there. He's impeded by one of the ACT Masters boys, but he should be able to clean this up quite comfortably. He's pretty keen to get back in there. He's literally pushing the guy. Oh, it's Bondi pushing him out of the way. Yep, and so that'll make it Victoria 2, Northern Territory 1. They're not messing around these for a lot of frames. They're getting them through fairly quick pace. They're not tying each other up, so it's good pool to watch actually. Plus, some of them feel they're a little bit hampered with the shot clock, but as I said earlier, I actually love it because I like to see the better players under that little bit of extra pressure to play a little bit quicker. Sometimes in money matches and some of the earlier singles matches that we've had here today, they certainly have been taking their time, but this is a whole new ball game.
Come on, Clothrack.
Come on, Wilzo.
Come on, Willie. 20 seconds.
Yeah, nice, Willie. Come on, mate. Come on, Wilzo.
Go, Willie.
So Willie Cossack here.
Come on. Come on, Willie.
Yep, so he's opened his account there. He's taken reds.
Good job, Willie. Go on, bro. Come on.
And that's a beautiful double yellow by Nick.
Come on, Willie.
Wow, he's getting through that. He's
20 seconds.
looking at this long dog. We should be able to run this up nicely. If he doesn't, he's let them in. And that wasn't a very good result. Obviously, not a very good result for him. There's Willie's wandering around the table here. He's got a good opportunity for an out here as well. And he's unfortunately not taking advantage of that. He was trying to get back onto that red for position into the middle, and he's we see that quite often where they don't make it.
No, mate, that's all right.
Come on, mate.
Come on, mate.
Chris Davis has unfortunately left himself a little bit tougher shot there. He hasn't got materially many options here. He's got to try and pot this and then run his other one back across the table, but he hasn't done that. And he's given Nick another opportunity. Nick's not going to let him go this time. Nick will be ropeable from the singles this morning, so he should finish this off without any problem whatsoever. But then again, I don't want commentators' curse, so.
Stop, really nice. Pass runner.
Come on, David.
Come on, Chris. Come on, Chris.
Come on, mate.
He went for the safer option just in case he did miss it, so maybe he's doubting himself a little bit, I'm not quite sure. So Chris Davis, he's got really nowhere to hide here. He's going to have to play a very, very big shot. This is that's a good result for him. That's a very good result. That's great ball control. He's obviously got a lot of understanding about the pace of the table. Not sure what quite Willie was trying to do there, but Hoodie has now got the opportunity to do a little bit of damage and not leave Will on anything. In fact, he's just he acknowledges that he wasn't going for that. A little bit of work for Hoodie to get around, but he's one of the Victorian debutants as well. And Chris Davis has just missed a huge opportunity to take this out with actually having to use his two shots. But this should actually be fairly easy for them. He'll just push this through, come off that side cushion and maybe the bottom cushion and kick across and have this other red. Well, that's a big screw. Thought he might have taken it into the centre, but obviously not. So Chris Davis adds it up at 2-all. Did need his two shots. I think he would have played it a lot differently if he hadn't had them. Yeah, he counts for that. Nick will be ropeable. Meanwhile, Hoodie just glances off that yellow in the middle. Obviously, everyone's seen that. Given William a really difficult shot onto that red.
Come on, Willie. Go, Willie. Come on, bro.
Let's go, Willie.
20 seconds, Willie. Go, Robbie. Go, Robbie. Come on, Jerry. Come on, mate.
So next up on the left-hand table there, we've got Matty Kerwood, won the Victorian singles.
Come on, Harry. Come on, buddy. Come on, Harry. Let's go, mate. Come on, Harry. Come on.
Up against Harry White. Harry's had a bit of a haircut from his photo that's gone into the magazine, but gone from a bit of hair to not much at all. Meanwhile, Patrick Hood is just sitting fat nicely on that yellow there. He's probably a little bit too straight on it. Or the long side of it, actually. So he's going to have to put a little bit of side and backspin on this to get under the black to go down to the bottom left-hand corner, and he's done that very nicely.
Come on, Harry.
So that'll kick Victoria 3-2 up, and well done, Patrick Hood.
Come on, Max. Come on, mate. Come on, Judd.
Right, coming up in this right-hand table here, we've got another Victorian debutant, which I can say quite frequently. Shane Falcon, stands 6'5".
Let's go, Harry. Come on, Harry. Come on, Harry.
Playing against Matty Dashenko, who's both captain and team manager, which is a fairly big role to fill. Big break. He's dropped a couple, one of each, and dumped the white. So Shane Falconer steps up to the table with whatever he wants, and they're all pretty much on. So let's just see how he works out his transition here. Yellows are probably the better of the two because there's the two reds down near the black spot that are in a little bit of a cluster. So he is looking at yellows. Shane being a very tall guy, he can actually get and bridge over balls where people find it extremely difficult. So it doesn't hamper him all that much. So he's elected to take yellows. Should have a little bit of a stun from here to the yellow in the middle. Come down, get rid of those two. He's still got this worry on the left-hand pocket, on the left-hand rail. So it's just a matter of how he runs it now. Meanwhile, on the other table, Matty Kerwood's just going about what Matty does. He does have a bit of a problem child with that yellow next to the black. So whether he actually just covers the bag up here now and says to Matt that, well, two Matts as well. Yep, so that's good cover.
Come on, Harry. Come on, Harry. Go, Harry. Come on.
So he just thrown down the gauntlet to Harry to say, righto, I've got control of the table. And Matty, for a young guy, he's extremely mature on the table. He's always thinking he's got the shots. He's putting a lot of work into what he does. And that's a great shot, Sticks. Perfect position on that one, that yellow down the rail. He's played that extremely well.
Let's go, Harry. Come on.
Not sure what Harry's going to do with this bottom right red that's sitting over the yellow now. He doesn't want to. He's going to try and keep it there, but Matty Kerwood's actually got a beautiful triple plant there. So I'm not quite sure what Harry's thinking. out the back now. Yep, that hasn't worked out for Harry, and Shane's played that nicely down the rail, but unfortunately he hasn't left himself much of a shot. He's actually looking at doubling this one off the bottom rail back up into the top left-hand pocket, which if this comes off, he will be labelled, not quite as a genius, but a great debutant. Oh no, just decided to kick it out, and
Let's go, Matty. Come on.
unfortunately he's given Matty a he's giving him a fairly easy red into the middle. And while Matty Kerwood says, I'm not ready to finish this frame just yet. Let's see what you got.
That's it, Matty. Come on, Matty.
Come on, mate.
Let's go, Harry. Come on.
Boys.
Come on. Come on,
Matty, come on.
Let's go, Matty. Come on. Let's go, mate. Come on, Harry. 20 seconds. That's it, Matty. Come on. Right in, Harry. Come on, Matty. Come on, mate. Come on.
I'm not sure whether Matt from Northern Territory meant that, but it's finished up a good snooker.
Go, Matty.
Meanwhile, the NT skipper here is just stalking around, seeing how he can get these.
Come on, Harry.
Seeing how he can get these two reds apart. And that's not going to do it. A little bit of pressure on, so Shane Falconer.
Come on, mate. Come on.
Very big chance here, so I would envisage he's going to take this one down the bottom right, just run it in, give himself a little bit of an angle on this last yellow, run it around and pretty much take the black into this bottom right hand pocket as well.
Come on, mate.
Yep, he's done that nicely. That's all right. He can still play a little bit of a bottom here. So he's got a couple of options, whether he comes off the bottom rail, up the table, and I guess, as I said, has the black down in this right one, or whether he just screws back a little bit and takes the black into the middle. Whatever he does here, it'll be a matter. It'll actually see how his confidence is going. Oh, that's a super shot, Shane. That's position A. Yep, the boys are just coming. Come on, sticks. Matty Kerwood, I wasn't watching that. I don't know what his opposition did there to let him back in, but they don't give Matty a chance. So this should take it to 5-2. Oh, that's very, very, very... He had two visits. Oh, that's right, yeah, he dumped the white, didn't he? So that's a great result for Victoria. A couple of bad mistakes there by the NT boys. I'm sure they'll learn from them. There's 2 more rounds to go, so that's a great finish from the Vic boys. So we've got Thorpe now coming up on the left table. His match actually rounds out the first, completes the first round, so there's 3 rounds of 8, 24 frames in total.
Let's go, Nathan. Let's go, Damo. Come on.
Come on, NT.
Looks like he's playing Nathan Sopier, who's the vice captain. Both the Victorian boys to break. So Nick's starting the second round. Thorpe he's just given that an absolute belting, but unfortunately he's dropped the white.
Come on, Elmy. Let's go, Nathan. Come on, Nate. Come on, Elmy. Come on,
boys. All the balls are out there except yellow. There's one dead one on this side rail, and the red one is just below the centre pocket's dead as well.
Go, Damo. Come on. That's it, Nathan. Come on. Come on, mate.
So Nathan's got under that nicely. Should run this up.
That's it, Nathan. Come on. Come on, Nathan.
Trying to make life a little bit difficult for himself. He's got some longer shots and queuing over the side cushion, and he has missed that. And half expect Thorpe to, given the scoreline, to absolutely go for this. So Young is taking yellows, and he's got a couple of little problem balls there, but otherwise he should be okay.
20 seconds.
Thorpe's come out aggressive in this frame here. It's,
come on, Damo. Let's go, Damo. Come on and see.
He can run racks just as well as anybody can. Multiple Victorian representative and an Australian representative.
That'll do. I mean, that's it, mate. Right in. 20 seconds down. Come on, Dan. 27. Come on, Dan. Keep it going.
Nick's using up all his time here, trying to free that yellow out and not giving Damien a shot.
Come on. Come on, Elby.
He's giving him a shot to that ball in the middle, but it's going to be difficult playing it off.
Nathan, come on, Nathan. Come, boys. Let's go, Nathan. Come on, Damo.
Can't really take it up the top because it looks
Come on,
like it
Damo.
might go into the middle and off. So he needs to take this into the middle. Which he's tried to and missed. So Nick's plan has actually worked.
Come on, Nathan.
And well, Nathan is back at the table on the yellows. And flirting with danger there. Still got that problem child up the top, next to the red, behind Bork.
Right here.
He's taking control of that corner, so
come on, Elmy. Come on,
just to
Damo.
make life a little bit difficult for Thorpe there.
Let's go, Nathan.
Get
Come
that out.
on.
Made the black a little bit difficult, made his two reds a little bit difficult for the transition. Looks like he's got the plant either way into the centre or the bottom right, but he's a little bit dirty on himself.
Come on, Nathan. Come on, mate.
Come on, Nathan.
Come on, Bo. Come on, Nathan. Come on, Nathan. Come on.
Come on, Nathan.
Down in T. Come, boys.
That yellow up the top there actually does go into
Let's go,
the
Damo.
top
Come
right.
on.
So it looks like he's going to try and, I don't know whether he's looking at the double or whether he's going to try and cut this in. Yep, he has played the double. He doesn't want it to drop. That's not the result he wanted.
Come on, mate.
He was looking to actually just put that over the that top left-hand pocket. So then if he did it back to the table, he's got the easy pop there, and then that yellow next to the
Let's go, Nathan. Come
balk.
on.
So a good shot has actually put him into a little bit of pain. He's played that very nicely. Thorpe, he's got a difficult shot down the table. The only saving grace that he has is that yellow is now pretty much on that top rail. So if Thorpe can play this shot and leave the white ball, leave the cue ball on the right-hand side of the table as we look at it, Nathan won't be able to pot it unless he comes across the table. Then, of course, he's got to try and get position on the black. So Thorpe, would have to say, has wrested control back there.
Come on. Come on, Damo.
Come on, Nate. Go time, mate.
And he's played that
Let's
nicely.
go. Come on, Nathan.
So for whatever Nathan does here, he's pretty much going to leave
Let's go, Nathan. Come on.
on something, and Daniel will actually make him pay for it.
Great hit.
Oh, that's a super shot.
Come on, Nathan.
Wow, it must have been just slightly off the cushion there. Can't quite see it from this angle. It's not an easy shot, this one. He's got to try and maintain control of the white ball, and hopefully he doesn't get a bit of a kick off that top red and go in. And that was the problem. He was under a little bit of pressure.
Come on, mate.
Thought he should be able to clean up here. Not quite happy. I think he preferred that be up a little bit higher, so then he could have played this ball on the left, which he's going for anyway, and then played the one up near the balk up to the top right. The red in the middle of the table, either into the middle or down here, onto the right.
I like it, Elmy. Come on, mate.
And then natural progression.
Come on,
of the
Damo.
black. So you'd expect Thorpe to finish this frame off here and go to 6-2. Yeah, he's got to put a deep screw on this and come back down to the bottom. So. And that's the way you do it. Position A, not messing around. And old Damien's just let our boy back to the table, who doesn't leave him any shots. So bit of an arm wrestle here on the right hand side. Complete contrast to the first two or three opening frames where it was just bang, 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 bang.
Lovely. Elmy, great, mate.
So again, Damien just tying Nick up a bit just to say, hey, listen, I'm going to control this frame. You better do something special to beat me. Scotty Parker comes into the second round. He had a rest in the first one, and
Come on, Damo.
Come on, Elmy.
fresh off a. Oh no, he's umpiring. Sorry, Clacky's coming in. Hopefully, we get to see Scotty in this match. So Judd Rogers is broken from NT there.
Come on, Judge Rogers. Go on the stage, killer.
Come on, Judd. 20 seconds.
Great weight, Billy. Come on. Let's go, Billy. Come on, mate. Come on, Clarky. Go, Clarky. That'll do it, Brooksy. Come on, mate. Come on, LB. Come on, LB.
Come on, Damien. Come on.
Come on, Dave. Come on, mate. 1-0. Come on, Judd.
Come on, boys. Come on in, team. Come on, Elmo. 20 seconds.
Come on, Judd.
Good hit, mate. Come on. Come on, Elmy. Come on, mate.
Come on, man.
Showdown, mate.
Apologies for that. Just had to change something over. All right, so Youngie is really tied up here. The black being in there is not helping this situation either. Meanwhile, Clucky's played the plane,
Come on, NT.
covered the bottom left-hand pocket, so we'll have to see what Chris does here.
Come on, Damo.
Come on, man.
Oh no, sorry, it's Judd. It's all right. Getting ahead of myself.
Come on, Damo. Let's go, Judd. Come on.
Come on, NT.
Come on, boys. That's it, Judd. Come on.
Unlucky, Elmo.
No, knew that black in the in that spot there was going to be a bit of a damage, and it's actually just cost him the frame. So no high fives for Nick, just a bit of a fist pump, and well done.
Let's go, buddy.
If that black hadn't dropped in, I'm not quite sure how long that frame was going to go for. I'd say it would have been a bit of a marathon.
Let's go, Judd. Come on.
So Butters versus Beggars. Butters has chosen to rack his own balls there, so expect this to be an absolutely magic spread.
That's it, Judd. Come on.
So Judd on the other tables on the reds. He's I think he's got that one in the middle up past the ball. Is he going to try and jam this into the bottom left-hand side? That's the main thing.
Let's go, Chris. Come on. Come on, Chris. Come on, Judd.
All right, back at it. I'd say Clucky's just taking his time here on his yellows to
Let's go, Chris. Come on. Come on, Chris.
see what he can do. Yep. Oh, it's a good shot, but unfortunately he didn't get the extraction. He's landed on these bottom two here, so he's... and it looks like he's going to have to play the
Let's go, Chris. Come on.
If he manages to pot this this yellow that's on the bottom rail, he could quite easily transition back up the top again. So this is going to be a big shot. There's Chris Begley's just gotten rid of a red there. No, he's elected just to kick it out and not
Let's go, Judge. Come on.
give each other a shot.
Let's go, Chris. Come on.
Yeah, I'm just seeing the comments that are coming up. Who's twat? Thanks for that.
20 seconds.
Okay, so Clacky has got a very big opportunity of going out here. Should be able to transition onto that yellow on the top rail, which he does very nicely. This is a little tricky bit, whether he topsides and some side itself to kick around onto this right rail and take that yellow that's near ball cup up into that same top right-hand corner, and then he can make a transition. Well, he's backing himself on the double here.
20 seconds.
So I didn't see where he gave him the 2 visits. But anyway, Clacky should run this out without any problems whatsoever. And make it 8-2. Make up for his first frame that he didn't get a shot at.
Come on, mate. Come on, Biggs.
See, the Eaton family are in transit and they're on their way. A few of the Melbourne boys and girls are coming up to support, so it'll be good to see when everybody gets here. And Butters has just played a huge shot there to open everything up for him. Clacky just rolls that around nice and easily, and just about to finish off this frame to make it 8-all. Yeah, well done, skipper. So, apart from a master and a sort of a couple of mistakes in another frame, Northern Territory unfortunately aren't getting the jobs done. Butters may have been a little bit stiff getting the kick off that, but actually it probably saved him from the white ball dropping down in this bottom right-hand corner. Yeah, Kane, look, there's Kane Mould from Northern Territory. There's a lot of pressure out there. I'm sitting right next to these, next to the tables on this one, and the balls are running very fast. They're probably a little bit inconsistent as far as the pace of the tables are concerned. You see a lot of chalk marks on both of the tables. So that's got to be having a little bit of an interference for them if they're trying to play some nice soft shots. But and that ball has just gone into orbit. That one, it's first off the table that I've seen for the weekend. In the meantime, the Swerve Masters wandering around, working out, how he's going to finish off this frame. He doesn't want to be out there. He actually wants to go and have a sit down, adjusting the costume. In the meantime, Rob Bowen plays the plant skill shot, and he's still got an open table. And Butters has just done that nicely, kicked his yellow inside the red there and controlled that pocket. So it doesn't leave Chris many options. And Rob, after that good opener, come up short on that red, so this is just decided I'll foul. I'll give Butters 2 visits, which under any circumstances is not generally a good idea. No, that's all right. Robbed the ball off the table, so he did have the 2 visits.
20 seconds.
So Butters is going to get some interference down there. That is a huge shot, Peter Butterworth. Not quite sure whether he was wanting to pot it or whether he just wanted to plonk it in there and give himself an opportunity here. But the whole thing is he's still got 2 visits, so he's got 2 shots.
Chris, come on.
One to get this one out from the other side.
20 seconds.
Unless he's looking at some sort of extraction here. I'm not even going to predict what Butters is going to do here because he's just... he's played that nicely, so he's got the face cut double. He plays these doubles extremely well. He should be able to hold the white ball there or kick it out to have this bottom right-hand yellow.
$20 seconds.
Oh, that's stiff. That's absolutely stiff. He was actually trying to go for probably to get that red that's adjacent to the yellow out of the way, so he had a clear shot on that. So he's snookered himself. The umpire needs to get closer to the players, but Butters is just joking that he actually called total. And that's a good shot.
Let's go,
He's
Chris,
still
come
got
on.
control
Let's
back
go,
down
Chris,
this
come
right
on.
one here, but Chris is probably a good chance to finish this off now. Takes this easy one over the left-hand pocket, and then he's got a bit of a transition.
That's
now.
it, Chris, come on. Come on, Chris.
I'm not sure whether he's going a more difficult shot. I'm not quite sure why. Because this red over the pocket here isn't doing anything. That's he could have actually potted this one here and then gone up the top and then tied Butters up again. But Butters has got 2 options here, coming off the bottom cushion and again just rolling into the yellow. The trouble is if he hits it a little bit too far.
Chris, come on.
Yeah, that's still a good shot. Chris can't do anything with that red at this stage unless he plays it out now.
Come on, Chris.
I'd say he's going to be... Chris will be banking on getting another 2 visits here, but he doesn't have...
Come on, Chris.
He doesn't have a lot of places to hide.
Let's go, Davis. Come on.
Butters
Come
can
on,
actually
Chris.
see the side of that ball, which is probably worse for him. It's being a good shot for Chris means that Butters actually has to play the yellow. And with the pace of these tables, I'm not sure whether he'll be able to... Oh, Chris has just potted one of his yellows and then gone and kicked the red into the middle and given Robbie Bowen 2 visits. Butters has got that out nicely. Unfortunately, he's opened up everything else.
Let's go. Come on. Come on, Chris. Come on.
And surely Chris goes out there.
Come on, Bronson.
Yep, so Robbie Bowen with 2 visits. He needs to come down the table probably 3/4 of the way to give himself an angle on that red where he's looking at now. And that's a good shot for Chris.
Come on, Chris.
Okay, so Robbie's probably got to where he wanted to go. Let's So now does he try and get back there, or does
Come on, come on, come
he
on. Let's go, Chris, come on.
play this ball in front of the black and then leave himself the whole table? That's what he's doing. And that's a lovely shot. That's a good shot. That's a good way of thinking. Meanwhile, Chris is just about to clean butters up here, and they should be drawing these two matches. Yeah, Robbie was looking at that as if he wasn't happy with the cut that he was going to have, but anyway, he's finished that off nicely, so that takes it to 9-3 Victoria. Four more frames of this round left, and then they'll probably have a little bit of a 5-minute break. So right hand table here, we've got Thorpe and Thorpe to break.
You don't need it. Come on.
It's a big break. Nothing down.
Come on, Willie Cossack.
Come on, Cossack.
So we've got Willie Cossack coming to the table. He can, that red that's closest to the pocket in the top right, top left, he can actually make that. But it's a matter of where he finishes up with the white ball. Pretty much looking right down the line of his shot here. Yep, he's kicked it out nicely. He's got a good angle to come back around the table. Yeah, nice little kick off the yellow to give him the red to the top right. He's going to try and get onto that other red up there behind Bork and then transition down. So it's a matter of punching this in, scooting across on the left-hand side of the table. Which he's done there, done that very nicely. He's got a good angle now to punch this in and bring the white ball. There's still a little bit of work to do to get around these three that are clustered just short of the Bork line. But if he gets through there, you must have to say that he's got a good chance to come out. He's played that very nicely, but he's come a little bit too deep for that one in the middle. That red next to the black does not go to... And I'll just stand up and have a look to see if it does. No.
20 seconds.
No, that red doesn't go past
Come on,
the black
JP.
into
Come on,
the
boy.
bottom left there. So,
Come on, Cossack.
yep, so he's got to look at this other one now. That's not a bad result, although the yellow closest to the middle line will go quite comfortably into this left centre.
Come on, JP. Come on, mate. Come on, Will.
Oh,
Come on.
I don't know whether Thorpe took that too easily or whether he got a kick, but he's actually wiping his cue down. He might have got a little bit of friction built up there, and it's caught on his finger. I'm not quite sure.
Come on, mate. Come on. Come on, Cossack.
on the other table. Sticks is standing up there to take yellows, and they're all on as well. So it's just a matter of how he plays these. Wow, Willie's just let Thorpey back in there. He tried to actually come off that yellow and kill the yellow, but it's always very difficult for him to get position on that last red that's next to the black. So Thorpey will pot this, kill that red. Yep. Now he's got a few options up his sleeve. He'll take that ball left top, run around. That black's going to go into the left centre, or the top left where he's just put that yellow. So you'd expect Thorpey to go out here and make it 10-3. Yeah, this is just like a walk in the park for a guy of this calibre. He doesn't have to think about anything. He's mapped this out well in advance. Beautiful position on that. He'll just run through slightly. He'll have pretty much a straight shot or just a little bit of an angle on this last bottom ball. And then he'll have the black either in the middle as they're set up to the top left-hand corner. So well played, Daniel Thorpe. And unfortunately, Willie, you've let him in. I think Thorpe will owe you a beer. Yeah, that's it. So he'll just maybe kick this off the rail a little bit, give himself two options. He's taken the centre. He's just kicked himself a little bit. It still goes, but yeah, and that's a good finish. So that's 10. Victory is 13. Victoria have got this pretty much in the bag at the moment, and but never say never. So we've got both the debutants at the table now. Scotty Parker to break.
Come on, Matty. Come on, Matty. Come on.
Come up dry, but good result on the break. You'd have to be happy with that. It doesn't look like Matty's got much of a shot here. And Shane's just feathering it nicely. A little bit too concerned about where he was going to finish up. That's not a good result for Shane. And I would say that Shane, that's just probably cost him the frame. So this is JP's first intro into the match. It's not the best for sitting out and everything like that, but we'll just see how this goes. And his nerves aren't all that mighty either, so he's just let Sticks back into this frame. Now it looks like that yellow, that top yellow, he can probably squeeze that off the cushion, off the red, to pot it or at least cover it. So Shane's really got to take the ascendancy here and really put a stamp on it. So
20.
I like it, Matty. I like it. Come on. Come on, Matty. Come on, mate.
no, he's unfortunately hit the red first. He needed to probably play that a little bit more right-handed on the right hand of the object ball to come off that bottom cushion to glide in underneath that yellow. But he's actually gone the opposite way.
Matty.
At least he's now got his yellow inside that pocket. A little bit tentative there from JP. He could have done some work on there, but obviously a little bit camera shy.
Come on, Matty. Come on. Come on, mate.
So Sticks looks like he's going to run this one that's pretty much in the middle of the table up to the top left. And he has missed that.
Come on, JP. Come on. Go, Andy.
So now he's got both of those pockets covered up there, although the red will actually go off the top knuckle in that left-hand top corner in behind it. But he's got to get some pretty good position on it.
Come on, JP.
Whether he does it after this ball here, so if he punches this bottom left red in and then tries to get the white ball up the table, and if he's slightly out of position, he's still got this one down over the bottom right bag, which it looks like he's maybe trying to do.
Come on, JP. Ready, mate.
He's played that nicely, so
Ready, mate. Come on.
should be a fairly easy double. Just run through slightly, and he should be able to clean this up. But the double is the money ball. Meanwhile, Scotty Parker is in a very, very good position here. So if he just stops that there, then he should be able to take that those two balls. He should be able to take the top one there into the same corner. And JP, the double has failed for him. So that's not a good result. So Scotty's left himself probably a little bit more of an angle than what he wanted to on this, so he's got to be spot on to the yellow right next to the black. He's played that nicely. So being a natural left-hander, he should be able to cue this. Just a little bit of a stun back, probably 3 or 4 inches. Nicely off that red. He should be able to sort of roll this in, maybe with a little bit of stun, come off the bottom cushion, and then look at his options from there. Probably the black into the right centre, or back into where it's coming from now. And he's left it in no man's land as far as the result was concerned. Too hard to the centre and too soft for where it's going, backing himself to double into the left-hand middle pocket. And he's made it. Well done, Scotty. Good out. Well done. Debutant against quality opposition. That's pretty good. That's a good result for him. So Sticks into the middle here, just a slight stun, or he's going to run it up the off the top rail and then leave himself with the yellow down in this bottom left. Yeah, done that very nicely. And he's got some good angle here where he can just take this last yellow through. And he should be sitting pretty much fat on the black into the middle. He's actually looking at the black inside the red, but I don't think he should be doing that. He should actually just run this in nicely. Doesn't need to do a lot.
Come on, JP!
Come on, JP!
Unfortunately, he was worried. He was worried too much about that.
Come on, JP!
About where he was going to leave himself on the black, where he could have played it naturally and he would have had a couple of different options. So he's left JP back into this. This should be a reasonably easy transition to this ball down to the bottom here and then position on the black.
20 seconds. Love it, JP.
Come on, JP.
Yep, that's a nice shot. Now that black goes into anywhere. Meanwhile, Paddy Wood's just opened up his account there with the yellow after
Come on, JP.
Nathan dry broke.
Shot, JP. Come on, mate.
So JP's come to the tail, and after a bit of a battle there, they were both letting each other off. So it's Payne's over, so that's 11-4. So this is the last frame here. The left-hand table won't be progressing at the time because they'll just have a bit of a break, and which they're allowed to do after the second round, and regather their thoughts and composure. Well, it doesn't look like they are they? Scotty's getting ready, but I don't know whether his Northern Territory counterpart's going to or not. So Willie on reds here has got a couple of problem balls, particularly down this bottom right-hand side of the table.
Right in, Nate. Right in. Come on.
Come on, Nathan.
Unless he can punch one of these inside that yellow, which I think he's looking at now. He's taking his time about it, so he must be pretty confident in the shot.
Right in, Nathan.
He now owns that. He owns that corner.
Seconds.
Let's go, Nathan. Come on, Nathan. Come on, Nathan.
Come on, Shannon.
Nice hit, Nathan.
Yeah, they'll be having a little bit of a pep talk.
That's the one, man.
Let's go, VIC.
Come on, Dave. Come on.
Go, Nathan. Come on, Nathan.
Okay, so Hoodie just gets out one of his difficult balls.
Come on, mate. Come on, Dave. That's right, man. That's right.
Shot, Nathan.
Good, Nathan.
Got it, butter.
Now, he's just let Woody in with a bit of a smell there, because Woody can actually extract that that red that's over the bag out with his yellow.
Come on, Nathan.
Come on, Nathan.
Let's go, Nathan. Come on, Freight Train.
So, yeah.
Come on, Dave. Come on, mate. Come on, Dave. Come on, mate.
You're going to try and a bit of a plant going on here. No.
Oh, yeah, Nathan.
What a
That
hit.
is a very pretty shot.
Oh, lovely, Nathan.
So Patrick's going to close him out a little bit here. That's a good shot.
Come on, mate. Come on. Come on, Josh's brother.
Now, looking at that,
Let's go. Come on,
looks
Nathan.
like the yellow will be able to go inside that, but so he's thrown the gauntlet down to Willie.
Yeah, come on, Nathan.
Come on, mate.
So
Come
that's
on,
a big
Nathan.
result for Willie. I'm not quite sure whether the yellow's further into the pocket or whether they're pretty even down the bottom right here.
Let's go, Nathan. Come on.
Yeah, if he, going for this, he's actually going to have to go for the out now. Oh, that's a lucky, lovely miscue.
Ah, Nathan.
Miscue straight.
But unfortunately, he didn't kick that yellow out, which is what he was trying to do. So
Come on, Nathan.
he's going to have to get very low down the table here to finish off this bottom red. And he's going to have to do some work on this as well, because if he doesn't get this right, he could pick off the black, which he's just done.
That is a great shot, Nate. Come on, mate.
Come on, Nato. Come on, Sharknado.
And now it's just going to matter of how he makes the transition down to his last red here. I think he's going to find this very difficult.
Yes, Nato, love it.
Yeah, look, Nick Davey, there is a lot of pressure on. The Victorians are undefeated and the Northern Territory guys need to pick up the pace a little bit, so there's pressure on both. There's pressure on the Victorians to keep winning, and there's pressure on the Northern Territory boys to get some results on the board. So the tables are very quick, slide very quickly down the rails, as you would. They're probably a little bit out with adjusting into the carpet. I don't know how many times they've been re-levelled since they've been put in, but there's a lot of things in here that... well, Patrick's probably going to take this bottom left and then give himself some angle where he can transition up to near the ball line and take the black into that into the top right. Yep. So he needs to probably fall a little bit under. Oh, no, he's gone the other way, so he can just play this with some a little bit of bottom side, and then just run up pretty much up towards the top left-hand pocket and finish up around the balk line. And he's overdone that. If he was up right on the balk line, which is probably only, well, it's about 100 mil off that top rail. Should be an easy pot into the middle for him, though, the way he's been cueing the ball.
Come on, Nathan.
Come on, Nathan.
And that's the commentator's curse.
Ah, Nato.
Come on, Nate. Go, Nate. Come on, buddy.
I'm not quite sure how Nathan's going to go about this one. Oh, that was a very ambitious shot. He didn't need to punch that hard. All he needed to do was just roll that in.
Come on,
Okay. So it's a big cut here from Hoodie. He's made it very nicely. Where's the white going? That's a nice finish by Patrick. Going to give it a bit of a rest for 5 minutes as they do their 2/3 huddle. So we'll be back. Thank you.
Come on, mate. Hey.
Come on, get him out the way, boys.
Hold that in.
Get the hip.
Come on, Luke, come on.
Come on, Elmy. Come on, Elmy. Come on, NT. Go, boys. Over the table. Seconds.
Come on, Daxman, set it up. Come on, Danny.
Come on, Danny, come on, Dax.
Come on, Dreamy.
Come on, Barney.
Come on, Daxman.
Come on, the Watts. Come on. Come on, mate. Push up. Come on.
Come on, Harry.
Come on, Harry.
Great shot, mate.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Start of the last round of this match. Victoria leading 12-4.
Come on, Dax. Let's go, Daxman. Come on.
Dan will be putting up a link for donations for CueballTV. He's up here for the duration. He's got a sensational setup here. He's actually running 2 lots of streaming this weekend, so he's a very busy man. So any donations would be mostly appreciated. So if you just look on there, streamlabs.com, CueballTV, Q Sports. And if you can donate something to the cause, that'd be terrific. He not only does 8-ball, but snooker, billiards. He's been involved in doing some of the black ball as well. So yeah, any donations to help him keep this going. He does have a full-time job of his own, so he relies on the support of the viewers every time.
Let's go, Damo. Come on, Damo.
And you always find him at the big events and supporting the
Let's go, Harry. Come
supporting
on.
the sport.
Come on, Harry. Come on, Damo. Come on, Damo.
So we got
Let's go, Elmy. Come on. Come on, MT.
Watsy circling the table here
Come on, Harry.
against Hoodie.
20 seconds.
He's on the reds. He's going to try and just promote this out and maybe kill the white somewhere. Bit of a snooker. Hasn't been able to do that.
That's it, Damo. Come on, Damo.
Whereas Damien on the other tables, looks like he's got a reasonably clear run of his colours.
Let's go, Damo. Come on.
Not sure whether Hoodie was trying to just pop that in there and not give Watsy a shot. But,
Come on, Damo.
he hasn't left himself in a very good position there.
That's a great hit, Elmy. Come on.
Yep, and he's missed everything and managed to dump the white. So
Come on, Harry. Come on.
Come on, Harry.
Harry they call Harry. I'm not quite sure why, but anyway.
Come on, Queensland. Come on, Harry.
That'll do.
Damien's promoted a yellow over the pocket there to make it a little bit difficult. And he's also left Scotty a difficult bridge, being a left-hander. He's going to find this a little bit hard, trying to get over the top of the black there. So he's stretching and his bridge is back a fair bit. So it still should be an easy pot for him, which it is.
Come on, Harry. I like it, Harry. Come on.
Come on, Harry.
So looking up the top left, if he plays a little bit of screw back on that, and then he's got a little bit of angle on that red on the right to go into the middle. And then he should be able to swing around and take that final red into the middle pocket where the white ball is.
Let's go, Harry. Come on. Come on, Harry.
That's not the ideal situation, but if he makes this and leaves himself a little bit of an angle and runs this, the red down the rail on the left-hand side, that'll give him setting up a good opportunity. But he's got to make them first. So probably don't agree with the way that he took them then. Made it having to come through that traffic down the bottom here. He's actually skipped onto the ball and taking himself out of the frame.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Come on. Come on, mate.
Now this plant here is actually going to leave him a little bit wide on one, but he's got the
Go,
plant
Damo, come on.
down to this bottom right, so that's worked out pretty well for him. So Damien should actually run this one out from a mistake that Scotty's made. And that's the difference sometimes in these games, particularly at this level. You just make one mistake and you get punished for it. There's been quite a few of the favourites, particularly in the Cup, in the AEBF Cup Series so far, that have missed out.
I like it, Elmi.
Come on, Damon!
Yeah, so he can play this pretty much anyhow he wants and into any pocket that he wants. So this should put Northern Territory up to 5. Wow, that's a lazy shot, very lazy shot.
Come on, Harry.
Unfortunately, Paddy's just made a great pot there, but dumped the white again. So, well, a great pot on the red.
Yes, Harry. Come on.
Come on, Harry. Come on.
Harry should clean this up and with one shot left. Or with 2 shots left, I should say. Unfortunately, Scotty's missed that, and given Damo another crack at it.
Go, Damo. Come on. Let's go, Damo.
So a couple of costly mistakes there by the Victorian boys have let Northern Territory get, you would think, win the first 2 frames of this 3rd round. Well, he's not confident where he's going.
Come on. Yes, Damo.
Yep, makes it in the middle. 6-2. Remembering Victoria have only got 1 more frame to win for the match, but I know that the boys and Jamie would be driving them hard, and so would Clacky, about getting some percentage up, because it's going to it may come down to that. Generally gets pretty tight after the first 3 or 4 days at the top of the tree. Beggs are just broken there and dumped the white. I don't see Thorpe giving him a chance this frame. He would be ropeable the way he's been playing. And saying that, he's still on the yellow up the top right. He's tried to extract that problem child there.
Come on, Chris! Come on, Davis!
Just a little bit of housekeeping.
Let's go, Davis, come on! Let's go, Chris. Come on, Chris. Come on, Biggs. Let's go, Bigley.
He's taken the more difficult of the options.
Come on, Davis. Come on, boys. Come on. Come on, boys.
And let Beggars back in. At the moment, Thorpe is only saving grace is these two down on the bottom rail, and the red just outside the yellow on the bottom right. So we've got a bit of work to do.
Yes, Chris. Come on.
Come on, Chris.
Come on, Beats.
Come on, Chris.
20 seconds.
Let's go, Beats. Come on.
So we got the two Chris's here
Go,
at the
Davis.
table.
Come on. Come on. Come on, Beats. Come on, NT.
So he'll look at transitioning down and breaking into those
go, Beats, come on.
two that are down next to the table.
That's it, Chris.
Veg.
Come on.
Come on, you Chrissy.
It's an off hit, Chris.
Come on, you Jewel Chris. Shot, Big Davis.
Come on, come on. Let's go, Chris Square. Come on.
Good here.
Played it in there, and he's going to play the snooker.
Come on, you
Without doubt.
Chris's.
Let's go, Beaks. Come on. Come on, boys. Let's go, Davis. Come on.
Come on in.
Or is he going to try and punch the yellow out? This shot will tell.
Come on, Davis. Come on.
Oh, he actually got in there, but he has not done himself any favours.
Come on, Beaks. Come on, mate.
He's played a
Come on,
soft screw on
Davis,
come
that. He's just done himself no favours
Let's
whatsoever.
go, Beaks. Come on.
Shot, buddy. Shot, mate. Come on. Shot, Alex. Come on, buddy. Come on, Alex. Come on.
It's an off hit, Beaks. Come on, Alex.
Come on,
And
Davis.
that's a foul. Bit of work for Thorpe to do here to try and progress and maybe play a cannon onto that red onto the yellow. He might even try that now. He could load up on this and punch this the yellow that's in the middle of the table down to the bottom left, and then try and play the plant onto the red onto the yellow. So if he misses one, he's got the other.
20 seconds.
No, he's just gone the quieter option. I'm not sure how he's going to extract this yellow out or pot it.
Come on, Davis. Come on,
That's not too bad a shot from
Davis,
Shane.
come on.
Unfortunately, Chris can... Oh, that's stiff. Unfortunately, Chris can play a little bit of a swerve around there. Even if he gets it off the cushion, he can still make this bottom yellow come off, glance off the red. His only problem then is actually getting position onto the top yellow. So he's made that clean.
Come on, Chris.
A little bit of side. then still this one here is a
Come on, Chris. Come on, David.
bit of a tricky shot to
Come on, you big
get back onto the black. Meanwhile, Thorpe's just played good position onto this bottom yellow, so I envisage him playing some left-hand side, run the yellow ball along the rail, and then kick across back over to the right-hand side to finish on that yellow and then finish the black off into the middle. This is definitely a money ball for Thorpe.
Yes, Chris. Oh, Steve, Chris, big effort, mate. Come on.
Yeah, that was always going to be a big problem for Chris on the left-hand side, left-hand table, is getting position on the black. He's sneaking himself, but he should be able to. Well, Thorpe is going the other way. He hasn't quite made that enough. This is going to have to be off the cushion, off that other red, let's say. That's stiff. That's a huge shot.
Come on, Chris's. Come on, B.
That
Come
was
on,
a
you big
huge
pair
shot
of
from
Chris's.
Thorpe, and the look
Come
on
on,
his
David.
face is, he just can't believe it. Meanwhile, Chris Davis has tried it up the Greek, and he's now given the sticks an opportunity. With that
Come on,
ball,
Chris. Come on.
the black being down on that. It's probably about 50 mil off that bottom cushion.
Oh, nice hit, Chris. Come on.
Chris has controlled that really well. He's got that yellow off the cushion, so
Come on, B.
he's still got 2 visits.
Yeah, Beats. Come on, Beats.
This should just be a pretty easy roll up into the top left-hand pocket.
Yes, Beats. Beautiful, Chris Lee.
Good enough.
Nice, Chris. Yeah.
The look on Thorpe's face says it all. He's ropeable. He's not quite sure.
Come on.
He's not quite sure whether it was his pace on that ball or whether it was the actual running across those finger marks may have slowed it down a little bit for him. So Sticks has played in beautiful position on this next red. So he takes the one up behind Bork, left one into the centre, runs the transition around. He's got balls everywhere. I think he might be angling up to bring it down to this left-hand side. The Northern Territory have just won 3 on the trot, so the Victorian boys had better start to wake up a little bit. Right, so we got Willie against Butters. Yeah, it's a good shot from Shane. I thought he could have taken some initiative there and actually gone out, but
Come on, David.
First Nationals, he showing a little bit of conservativeness.
Come on, Chris.
So he's made life for Chris Davis a little bit hard. Side coming off that bottom cushion, and he hasn't got it. And in the meantime, he's just made a deal for Shane with these 2 balls just sitting next to each other. There's no natural plant there. So Shane, you got to do some work here, sunshine.
Come on, Chris.
Come on, boys.
Not quite sure what Shane was trying to do there, but at least he's got those 2 balls separated. Don't even try and play this snooker here.
Come on, Paul. Come on, mate.
Come, William.
Let's go, Willie. Come on, contact. Come on,
Very
Willie.
uncharacteristic of Butters there.
Come, William.
That is a very tight snooker there from Sticks.
Come, Will.
Let's see what the experience of Chris Davis does here now. Now bear in mind he's only got a 40-second shot clock there, so he's going to have to make a fairly quick decision and execute that decision. Extreme pressure. The whole thing here is that he's not going to be able to leave these touching.
Yeah, Chris.
Let's go, Willie. Come on, mate.
Thank you, Chris.
So it doesn't
Come
look
on, Willie,
like
cross
that,
there.
Come, Will.
Come on, mate.
that either is touching. I don't know what he's looking at it now. Trying to find out whether it is touching or not. By the looks of things it is, so he's going to have to play this ball away. That's a good result. He's now got that red up the top behind ball. So if you can take that and bring the white ball down the table and get better position onto something, onto one of these others, that, you can get some transition happening, and that's pretty much his only option, unless
20 seconds, Sticks.
he tries for the snooker again. I really should think he actually goes for it. He should really go for this.
Come on, William.
He does. Good boy, Sticks. That's away. So he's got two options here. The ball that's halfway up this left-hand rail, whether he actually promotes that down onto the other one
20 seconds.
and flicks the white back, and hopefully sneaks in behind the red that's just left of the black
Let's
spot.
go, Willie. Come on.
But then Chris has got the shot across the table, so he really needs to take some command here, Sticks. Meanwhile, Willie's just really just butchered that yellow and let Butters back into the game. He's left him fat on that red up near the balk line. And really the rest of this should be, Butters only just needs to worry about getting under that red on the right hand rail, which he has done beautifully. Rolls this down and that's all over, Red Rover. Willie, this is going to be a lesson in pool for you.
Come on, Chris. Come on, Davis.
Come on.
Butters will just roll this.
Come on, Chris.
Yeah.
Come on, Chris. Come on, mate.
Come on, David.
Up. Hasn't left him in the best of spots, but at least Sticks, you've got 2 visits left, so that's a good result for you. Butters should actually get this frame to win the match, and for Victoria to remain undefeated. And he has done so. So Willie made quite a lot of mistakes there. Let Butters back into it. He had him tied up to his credit, but give the Butters a sniff and he will punish you. Yep, the high fives are a little bit more enthusiastic over there because they've lost. They lost 3 on the trot. didn't see that if Sticks has still got 2 visits or not. I'm hoping that he has, so that he can play this one with some authority. That's okay. He should be able to run around nice and easily, and doesn't matter where he finishes up on this bottom rail. And this is the advantage of being tall, because you can just reach over and... Same with Robbie Bowen, he can do the same thing. He tried to screw that out of there. I thought he might have actually played some top left-hand side, so then he kicks off that top rail and progresses down to the bottom there, but he's put too much punch into that. So what's he going to do here? He's going to roll up onto it and leave it sitting on the black. Or is he going to go for it?
20 seconds.
Come on, Chris. Come on, Davis.
Yeah, it's
Come
a
on,
good result. Well done, Sticks.
Come on, Davis.
Come on, Chris.
20 seconds, Chris. Come on, Jason. Come on, mate.
20 seconds. Oh, that's that.
Yay! Beautiful, brother.
Unfortunately, at this level, you leave a shot on the ball, and there's every conceivable chance that one of these guys is going to pilot. So that was a great double up and down the table. Tassie boys are going off over the back there against Western Australia by the looks of things.
Come on, James. Come on, JP. Come on. Come on, Matty B. Yeah, shot JP. Come on, JP. Come on in, JP. Come on, JP. Lovely hit, mate. Good shot.
JP's just played a snooker and Robbie Bowen then. Can't come down the rail. Meanwhile, Matty D is
20 seconds.
just broken on the left-hand table, and Nick Young comes to it.
Let's go, Dave.
Come on, JP. Come on, JP.
Robbie's elected to play away. He's got control of this yellow down this corner down the right-hand side, so JP's looking at trying how to get that out.
20 seconds. Come on.
Not sure what he's thinking here.
Come on, JP. Let's go, mate.
Right, so does he try and play the snooker again with that red behind the red up near the ball? Looks like, or is he going to go the double?
Come on, Rob. Come on, mate.
No, he has gone the snooker again.
Nice, JP. Come on.
So Rob can actually see that yellow in the middle there. He's looking at the cut down to the bottom right. If this comes off, this will be a terrific shot.
Come on, James. Come on, JP.
That's a good result. He's,
Come on, JP.
hasn't left JP all that much. He's got the long red up the top. right. He can do a few things after that, but he's still got a lot of work to do with trying to get that red off the right-hand cushion up near ball. Meanwhile, Nick Young's playing the plant, and he's just chopped that inside one of the reds.
Come on, Matty D. Come on, Matty.
So JP's played that nicely into the middle. Still left himself not a difficult shot, but an uncomfortable shot bridging over that yellow, or even just the cushion there. Is he trying to put that in the bottom left? Yes, he is.
Stiff JP.
And he's dumped the white.
Come on, Matty. Come on, MT.
Robbie Bowen will be all over this like a rash. Come on, mascot.
Come on, mate. Come on, captain.
Very proud Aussie Englishman, Western Bulldog supporter. Plays the plant very nicely. He's got just opened up all the other this bottom ball on the rail. Better make sure that he can just actually hold this so he doesn't snooker himself. Okay, so he's got the plant onto the bottom onto the one next to the cushion, so this should go all right. So he's really just got to be able to try and hold this. And it won't squeeze. Damn. Yeah, it gives a little bit of a
Good thinking, Matty.
type of look.
Come on, James. Come on, the JP.
JP's still, he's got the opportunity to pot this ball in the middle and run up, and then try and tie Robbie up again behind those two reds that are on the rail. For all the work that JP's done, he's still got those two reds there, and it's it hasn't done him any favours.
Yeah, good hit, JP. Nice touch.
Nice, JP.
Beautiful, James.
So total snooker has been granted. That red in the middle actually makes it difficult for a two cushion. Meanwhile, Nick Young has given himself a good position to get this frame.
Come on, JP.
Well, Rob's tried to play that with a lot of side and come back, but that's squared up enormously.
Come on, JP.
Lesson for anyone. Nick wasn't comfortable with what he was looking at there, so he's come back off the shot and decided to give it another crack.
Come, Matty D. Come on, MT.
And the barman's just dropped something behind the bar, and Nick's just missed that shot, and it's all happening here.
Yeah, shot JP. Come on, mate. Come on,
So
JP.
JP, two shots remaining. Still got a problem ball down this right-hand rail. I would imagine that he's going to try and get another two visits here. He's still got two shots. And Matty's just dumped the white on the left-hand table. Nick has got this running through. Don't overplay it. Roll it in. Two visits on the black.
Come on, JP. Come on.
Because if he doesn't make this, he could snooker himself.
Come on, James.
He's getting the results, but he's not doing them convincingly, as Young. Meanwhile, JP, he needs to.
Second visit.
Come on, JP. Come on, mate.
Come on, JP. Come on.
Come on, JP. Come on.
Alright, so Nick's gone straight down on that. He's made up for a few little blues. Gets some high fives. They're not as enthusiastic as they were before, but they've got the win. He gets another one on the board for himself. And, looks like we got Butters coming up on the left-hand table.
Come on, JP. Come on, mate.
Come on, mate.
Come on, the RSA.
Come on, JP.
20 seconds.
Come on, Queensland! Come on, Queensland! Come on, Nathan! Let's go, mate!
Come on, JP. Come on, mate. Come on, Nathan! Come on, Nathan! Come on, you shark! Come on, the hawk!
20 seconds.
Good shot, mate. Good shot.
Nice pressure.
Come on,
nice
Nate.
pressure.
Come
Come
on,
on,
mate.
Nato.
Come on.
Nate, come on, bro.
Come on, the hawk.
Come on, Dave! Come on!
Nice lead, mate. Good thinking.
Chris, yours. Thanks, mate. Go on, Nathan.
Go on, JP. Come on, mate.
Come on, JP.
Come on, Nate.
20 seconds.
Come on, you big Jakes.
Come on, bro.
Come on, Nato. Come on. Yeah, good lead, mate. Good lead.
Go, Nathan.
Come on, Nato.
Apologies for the break.
Come on,
I've
you
got
big
phone
shark,
calls
Nato.
coming in for people looking for beds. So anyway, Robbie Bowen's down under the black here. He should be able to make this up
What
the
a hit, Nathan.
top left-hand corner. Starting to see a contingent of the guys that are playing in the singles this weekend. So Robbie's just drilled that, left the white ball safe. Well done, mascot.
Come on, Nathan.
So that takes it to 15. So the scores are being getting a little bit more respectable.
Come on, Nato.
Let's go, Nato.
Matty Kerwood playing the last frame here, trying to make it a 16-8 victory.
Shot, mate. Come on. Come on, Nathan.
Come on, mate.
Looks like Nathan's got different ideas for this.
Come on, Nathan.
Yeah, he's got to try and come off the side here. He's got two. He hasn't got 2 visits, I don't think. This is a big cut, and it hasn't worked. So Matty, whether he takes this red down the rail inside and then gives himself a little bit more leverage around to start getting some positions. Got taught a few years ago, if you've got the option of playing down the rail or across it, take the one down the rail first. He should nail this thing. Maybe even come off that yellow that's down over there. No, he hasn't.
Come on, Nathan!
Come on, Nato! Come on,
I
Nathan!
just made it difficult for an eighth though, so he can run this across and off that bottom red and kick it out, but then he's got to try and get some position onto the yellow, and he's played that nicely, but no position onto that other yellow. He's kicked the black out, which is what he wanted to do. The only other option here is probably face cut across to the left-hand pocket.
Come on, Nato!
Come on, Nathan! Come on,
Just tried that, face cut, and come up short. That red's not quite rocking that pocket. He can probably come off that top right knuckle. In all honesty, Matty should clean up here. He's got enough angle on this so that he can actually extract that other red off the top near the pork there. Doesn't come down quite far enough. Tense over the back there. The Tassie and WA boys are pretty quiet. Not quite where he wanted it. Still allows him to play up the top left and back across the table. I don't think he really wanted to take this one first, but he's a good enough cueist to finish this off quite easily. Slowed down him on a bit. Hasn't left him with the ideal situation. Beautiful pace. Just a bit of deep screw onto this and make sure he keeps it away from that top right hand pocket. Probably a difficult cut for the ordinary person, but for this guy, he should be. Yeah, he finishes up very nicely. Well done, Vic. Good effort against Northern Territory. Northern Territory, well done, guys. You come back after being monstrously down and Gave the Victorian boys a scare, so we'll take a little bit of a break and everyone can go off and do what they need to do, and we'll be back a bit later. Thank you.
Pretty good last. No team talk. No team talk. I don't have it. He's done really well. We'll just have a